Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream. I'm going to do the May 20th just for today in a meditation. I'd like to dedicate this to a late friend of mine by the name of Joseph. Passed away on May 20th many, many years ago and was very influential in my recovery. And so I just want to dedicate this to Joseph, his children, and family. Let's go ahead and get into the meditation. Isn't it wonderful when we can have warm thoughts about others, people besides ourselves? Take a moment to shout out people that have influenced our lives. May 20th, coming out of isolation. We find ourselves doing and enjoying things that we never thought we would be doing. That comes from the basic text, page 102. Active addiction kept us isolated for many reasons. In the beginning, we avoided family and friends so they wouldn't find out we were using. Some of us avoided all non addicts, fearing moral backlash and legal repercussions. We belittled people who had normal lives with families and hobbies. We called them uncool, believing we could never enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Eventually, we even avoided other addicts because we didn't want to share our drugs. Our lives narrowed and our concerns were confined to the daily maintenance of our disease. Today, our lives are much fuller. We enjoy activities with other recovering addicts. We have time for our families, and we've discovered many other pursuits that give us pleasure. What a change from the past. We can live life just as fully as the normal people we once scorned. Enjoyment has returned to our lives, a gift of recovery. Just for today, I can find pleasure in the simple routines of daily living. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. How are you doing in that area, coming out of isolation? Do you find yourself sometimes, like myself, still caught up in this never ending train of thoughts? It's very difficult, right? It's very difficult to um, train our brains to go in a more positive direction. It seems like automatic negative thoughts just, I guess, happen the way it sounds automatically. And so it takes energy, it takes effort, intentional effort to think differently and behave differently. And one of the things that has helped us to do that, maybe not consistently, maybe not every second of every moment of the day, but in general, to switch from the pessimistic type of people that we were, self-centered, self-concerned, any kindness that we had, any semblance of it, was motivated by self-interest. How far would this action get me down the road in regards to getting high? So to switch from that lifestyle to this lifestyle, waking up early in the morning, doing our meditations, having our time of prayer, maintaining conscious contact with the God of our own understanding, making regular meetings, fellowshipping with other individuals, being of service to a group of people in general that we don't really know all that well, being of service to individuals that we probably in our using days would never have been in the presence of. Being of service, period, and not expecting anything back to anyone is goodwill. We switched. We went from pessimism to optimism, negativity to positively, selfishness to selflessness. We have changed. We're no longer in this place of isolation where we don't trust anyone, can't be bothered with anyone, won't talk to anyone unless it was for selfish motive, selfish gain. We're no longer there. We have the opportunity to wake up every day. Every day that we have breath, we have opportunity to actually wake up, restart our day if we have to, and move forward in positivity. Some of us, though, will choose almost just out of habit. We will choose the same old trash bags, the same old luggage bags, the same old rocks in the bag. We will continue to choose the same thing over and over and over and be clean. And the reason that happens is because a lot of times the work that we've done in recovery is just superficial. We're dressed up garbage cans. We haven't really gotten to the exact nature of anything, and definitely not of our wrongs. This takes work, and it's not hard to do. And once you get in the groove of inviting other people into your life, accepting phone calls, talking to people, making phone calls, showing up at meetings, getting a reading, right? How about that? Just show up at a meeting early and get a reading. When we get into the groove of this recovery thing, we find that it's a lot easier than we thought. It's far more introspective than we probably imagined. But the work that we do coming out of isolation is worth it. You know, this makes me think of people that are isolated in the hospitals because they're critically ill. They don't want a lot of visitors coming to see them. Matter of fact, they probably only have one or two people that can actually enter into their room until they're feeling much better, right? Not just two visitors, no, one or two people that they pre-signed as being individuals that could have access to them in their records, right? So it was intentional. When a person is in isolation in the hospital, ICU, right? There's only so much that can come even in the presence of them, right? I don't know if I said that right, but you know what I mean, right? There's only so much, only so many people, one or two, right? Because the possibility for infection is so high, right? And when we're coming out of isolation, self-imposed prisons of our using days, right? When we're coming out of that isolation, right? When we're coming out of active addiction, in other words, there's just a few things that you want to make sure that you allow into your presence. Using people is not one of them. They don't fit the bill. They don't get on the list. Right? You thought I was going somewhere else with that. No, that's exactly what I'm saying. When you're coming out of your self-imposed isolation, there's only a few things that you need, right? You need honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Those spiritual principles are indispensable. You need one or two individuals that you can engage with on a regular basis that will take your phone calls and answer your questions. The only way you're going to find them is get to a meeting and look for them. Ask for phone numbers. And the people that when you call them, they pick up the phone or they call you back at some point in time, preferably within a few hours, they get back to you. Those are people you want to put on your list as people that I can engage safely because they care enough and have enough time. A lot of times it's not even about caring, but they have enough time to engage you, and you're going to need that. Those are one or two of the things that you actually need in your life. A sponsor, make meetings, write the steps. It's not hard. Give yourself a break. My name is Maddie Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. Hope you have a beautiful day on purpose.